Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras. Hit me. This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Under your canopy, are they untouchable in the name of God? Oh, this is a really, really nice song. Now, I see the song, doing its thing, wherever, on socials, on DSPs. You know how they say that, out of, the down times of your life, you get, some really good or high highs, if I can say that. And this song, fresh release by Kwame Eugene, titled Canopy, is one such. Now, I think sometime last week we heard that he was involved in an accident, and so you can even see that from the video. He has his arm in a sling, but he's still doing his thing. Yesterday, Kwame Eugene, on social media came out to say thank you to everybody who has supported him through this very difficult time in his life. And so, yes, Kwame Eugene, this is a good one. Guys, let's run up the numbers. Like I'd always say, stream a Ghana song today, okay? But stream Kwame Eugene's Canopy today. Now, speaking of which, today we are going to be talking to some ladies. We've gone cross country, okay? That's because we have a South African in here, a Nigerian, a Zimbabwean, and a Rwandan, okay? So we're going to have a very fun conversation with these ladies in media. We also have the founder of Ladies in Media here. And so, yes, it's going to be, a good 1 hour on the show this morning. You're still tuned in to Culture Daily on Plus 89.9 FM. Or if you're watching us on 3 Music TV. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Okay, so I'm going to, try and do the introduction. To my far right is Vikandi. V is from Zimbabwe. She's a media personality from Zimbabwe. Sitting right opposite me is Victory. Victory Wilson is a TV presenter as well with Silverbird TV in Nigeria. And then directly opposite me is Margaret Baden. Margaret Baden is the founder of Ladies in Media. And then right beside her is Zawadi. Zawadi is from South Africa. She's a South African musician. And then we have Anita. Anita Pendo is from Rwanda. So yes, you're welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful blend, of different countries. One Africa.
Yes,
definitely. But you're welcome. You're welcome to Ghana. I would want to get to Zawadi's stake. I don't know, whatever it symbolizes and all of that. But let's start with the lady who aligned the stars.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
Margaret, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Ladies in Media, I think is a really good concept, especially because you're not just targeting ladies in media in a particular country, right? You're going across, you're going all out with it, and it's really beautiful to see. So let's talk about what informed the decision and then the creation of Ladies in Media.
Yeah, so basically the whole concept is to create a network. And the network, we're like, okay, so most of the times women come together to do things, to collaborate and to empower. But how will it going to be if we have other countries all aligning to one goal? So that actually inspired the initiative to bring the celebration attached to the whole organization. So the organization actually empowers young men who hopes to be in the media terrain, and those who don't really want to find themselves there, but also want a platform to be empowered. Then we want okay, so how do we bring these women that are actually fronting the media line and also empowering in their various field? It's for us to meet on a common ground, then we have to have a celebration and to celebrate their excellence, and in the process also have them to impact in these young ones. So that's why we're here today.
Okay, that's nice. That's really, really nice. I think that you've done a good job.
Thank you.
Especially bringing them from outside of Ghana. I'll get to the conversation of how you convinced. I would want to know, convincing them to come. But let's get to Zawadi. I'm sure people are wondering, why you're holding your... What's it called? Is it a steak? Is it a staff? How do you refer to it?
It's a musical instrument. So
it's a musical instrument. Yes. Educate us, please.
This is umakweyana in my language.
Umakweyana?
Yes.
Okay, I hope I don't forget later on.
You'll never. It's a bow. It comes from, the bow family.
Okay.
Yes. So like arrow, the bow and arrow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So it comes from that family. So this is umakweyana, a musical instrument which is very popular in South Africa. But it's an ancient instrument. It's an old instrument. Most people doesn't know about it, or it's starting to fade. It's those instruments that were played by our grandmothers and our grandmothers, and now even in SA we are still trying to preserve those instruments for the generation and our youth to know about it. So
that's what it is. Yes. Can you? I mean, it's only right. It will only be right if I ask you to play it, because I want to. I really want to know
space?
how.
I need to.
How that works?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go.
This instrument is special.
This is Zawadi on Umakweyana. I just had to remember to say just how you said it. All right, so let's go.
This is an instrument, an important instrument. I call it an intimate instrument. It mostly played by women only. And when you play, you use your breast to play for overtones.
Hey!
Wow! Should I say the boob? So the more you play, because this is a calabash and this is a fan tree and this is just a curtain wire. So you put all these things together to make the instrument. But when you play, you have to move this in and out for brilliant overtones of the instrument and make the instrument more special.
Now I'm curious. Wow. Okay, let's go with it.
Then you sing, mama ngazula, zule intabeni mama, zule makumeni, zule intabeni mama, zule makange, zule intabeni mama, dala lezintaba, haleluki banelwa, dala lezintaba, haleluki banelwa, dala lezintaba, haleluki banelwa, dala lezintaba. Hallelujah, banelwa me. Hey, 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 we mama. Hey, sandwa sam. Hey, sogalam. This is a love song.
Wow. Okay. So it's not only for love songs, considering that it's full on.
You want to see your loved one. You want to see you miss them. They are no longer coming to approach. When at home in the rural area. So when the guy is interested in you and trying to and then you're like, no, or you're acting to be a hard to get some type of a person, but you miss those words, you miss those love words, you miss to see someone who shows love, to you. So whenever you miss that person, that person is no longer coming to you, then you sit down with the instrument and sing, I miss you.
That was really nice. That's really, really nice. So for those wondering, that's an instrument, a South African instrument called Umakweyana. I think I'm going to be saying this word a lot. But what does that mean, the word Umakweyana?
Umakweyana, it's a very deep Zulu word.
Okay.
And it has a very deeper meaning. Only when you're decoding the word, you know how our grandmothers used to be very in deep or in depth of our African traditional things. So I cannot really give a full explanation. It's a long explanation because you only decode the word from MA, which is a syllable of ma, and KH W-E, Kwe and Yana, all those the starts of the word and the ending of the word. So it's kind of needs like 5 hours.
It needs 5 hours. It's okay. It's okay. Maybe we'll
spend a whole day.
Maybe we'll speak on that, later on, off air, so that you are
do.
able to run us through.
Yeah.
But Anita Pendo, how has it been for you? The past few days that you have been in Ghana. You're a radio personality as well, so taking time off, coming to Ghana to be a part of Ladies in Media. How has that been for you?
Okay, from the airport, let me start from the airport. I saw that I was in a different country, but I loved it here. Except the hotness.
The heat. Yeah.
And I loved the hospitality of the people from the airport. They were like showing me, Persia, go there, do this and do that. And another thing, it's been like I've been able to rest, because back at home I'm working like 24/7.
Right.
I don't sleep because I'm a radio personality, TV personality, a DJ, an MC, a mother.
And a mother. Wow. Yeah.
So
juggling all of that.
I've also had time to rest and to meet new people, new ladies. I've got like other friends. I know everyone. I know their characters now.
She's here.
I know. So it's been good. I'm loving it here.
Right. You're welcome to Ghana. Okay, so on to V Kandi, who is, a Zimbabwean brand influencer as well as a TV presenter. Okay. Hi V.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. You seem to be settling in, pretty nicely.
Ghana is home, hey. This is my second time here. So it surely feels like home. I actually missed it here. And the weather is not as hot as the first time that I came here. I got the shock of my life the first time that I came to just breathe the humid hotness. But then now, I think my body has adjusted to it. So it's really beautiful to be here. Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm happy.
Do you share the same sentiments, Victory?
Well, I'm from Nigeria. It's hot in Nigeria, so I can
relate.
I can relate. Yeah, so it's actually okay here. Not so hot.
Okay. So on to back to Margaret, right? What's the the whole purpose in totality? Because after the summit yesterday, you're also going to have the awards tomorrow, right? So yeah, the totality of the purpose, and then also what fulfillment is in it for you, knowing that you've been able to pull it off for so many years.
Okay, so I think back to your question, you were saying, how did I convince these women? No, I didn't convince anybody. I feel this is a testament that women actually are willing to come together to champion a goal.
Right.
And this is beautiful. So that's the best explanation I can give to you on that, because all these women are willing to come to empower their various communities through the One Book, One Child goal. And they are all willing to put their brands on the line to help their rural communities. So that's the best explanation I can give to you on that word. And also for tomorrow, that's Saturday. Yes, so Saturday is going to be crowned with a celebration. We're going to have wonderful Zawadi grace us with a wonderful performance, and I'm sure you're going to have, yes. So I'm sure you're going to experience her on a different side and her full package. And also, the whole celebration is to empower and also to raise funds for the One Book, One Child. That is, we spreading storybook precisely to rural community schools across Africa. So we are calling upon most of you, everybody watching us today, to also contribute to help us help rural community schools. So the books are not just going to be distributed in Ghana here, it's going to be spread across various countries. So these women representing are also going to be the champions of their various community.
Oh, that's
yes.
Nice.
Yes.
I like how you're making it, an all-African thing. That means that in the next couple of months or years, you can bring more women aboard, from other countries as well, and then you're able to, help them also distribute these books and all of that. But what informed the need for one book, one child?
Okay, so we did a research on our own, but I have had the experience before, so I would say I have the experience. I don't want to go into details of that, but we realized that most rural community schools don't have storybooks. Aside the lesson test books that is provided by the government, they have some storybook, but it's not as much to actually cover most of the students. So they don't really, it's not a must that, okay, you have a story time that the students actually engage in that. But when you compare the rural community schools to international schools, they have that as a must. Every international school or a private school has storybooks that they actually distribute to the children to read, and probably personal in their homes and all that, they get to engage in such things. But here, in rural community schools, we don't really see most of the schools being engaged in such activities. So we as an organization have taken it upon ourselves to be the distributors of storybooks. So we are spreading storybooks precisely and other learning materials to rural community schools to empower them, to champion them to read.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you didn't convince any of them to be here. So I want to do a round table, right, of what the one book, one child, campaign means to all of you. Because for she not to have invited anybody, yet everybody, came and is happy
No,
to
they
be
were
here.
invited.
No.
They were invited.
Convinced. For she not to have convinced anybody, but everybody is here, having a good time, and then also is as passionate, about the campaign as she is. I would want to know back home, how you've also been championing this cause. But let's start with Anita on this one.
I think it was very important for me to come and attend, because when I saw a girl child, only that word made me think more, and I was like, okay, I am a lady, and we lead by example. When we do what we do right, the young ones will follow us, so follow in our steps,
Right in line.
Yes. So I was like, okay, now we don't have even to say much, to do much. Even attending only is very important for them to see us and to see that they are supported, that we are there for them. We want to show them that we support them. We got their back. We here for them. So that was the reason why I said I have to be here.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All the way from Rwanda. That's good. That's great. You're welcome again. All right. So, Victory, one book, one child. What does this mean to you?
One book, one child. For me, education is very important. It's a particular topic that's close to my heart, because especially when it comes to the girl child, it's a fundamental human right. And this continent of ours, girls are faced with so many challenges as regards education. So we that have gone through education, we need our voices to be louder, so that those girls that aspire to be something, to liberate themselves, liberate their families and communities, can look at us and be inspired and say, oh, because we have done it, then they can do it. So back home, to your first question, back home in Nigeria, I host and produce a show for kids, the Amazing Kids Show, and that show showcases kids that are talented, girls, boys, underprivileged, privileged. So when she told me that, when Margaret reached out and said, oh, the theme for this year is one book, one child, I was like, I'm not even interested in the award. I'm interested I told her, I'm interested in the conference, because this is what I am passionate about. I'm passionate about children because they are the future.
Right.
And we need to lead them right. The way the world is going, there is nothing to put these children on track. So we need more people to do things for children,
Yeah.
and that is why I am here.
Okay. All right. So I'll go to Zawadi. Same
Yes.
question, what the One Book, One Child campaign means to you, in applying it back home as well.
Yeah. I can first say, back home, I work in the community arts center because they are young children. They are young people. There is youth, people who still need to be aligned, people who still needs to be guided, to be protected in everything that is happening around us, and everything that we are facing daily. So I work as I'm one person who love to teach young people, especially because I'm using music, a musical form of teaching. Even when I write songs, I write songs about mostly about African consciousness,
Right.
mostly about who we are, about being proud and pride of ourselves. And so it's making me to teach more young people and even the youth of my age to know about themselves and let them know everything that I want to say, everything that I want as a message to be in them, or for them to receive it. I have to make it in a musical form. I think it's an easy way, because when you sing something, even at school,
sticks.
when you sing the notes, the notes from the book, it's easy when you're writing the test that, okay, let me just sing this. Oh, I used to sing this. And then you are able to remember everything that you want to remember and all the answers. So I feel that my strategy of teaching young women, young people, also because all of us here are doing great things in our perspective and in our countries, So it's very important for us to take that and be here in Ghana and let young people to see us, and we are representing our countries and also teaching them in a way that being a grown-up woman and being successful takes a very long journey, but we are here surviving.
Yeah.
So we are
Do
here
it.
to give them those words of encouragement, and also to teach them that it's very important to read. It's very important to research. It's very important to know what you want to be, and also be proud and have pride. We are the stars shining in our different spaces.
Yeah.
So for them also to shine, they need to learn. There is nothing more important than learning. All the books, even the newspaper. In SA, we used to tell our students that we get passed on the newspaper. When you see a newspaper, you're like, okay. And then you just pass like
Pass
that,
on
or
it,
you just go to an interesting article only. But it's important to read everything. It also helps you in how you speak the language, even if it's your own language. You understand better in that language than the central language, which is English. It's mostly important to give you better lessons of learning how to pronounce words, how to speak fluently in English. When you read those papers, when you read those newspapers, read those magazines, read those books, it's there's so much knowledge that is hidden in books. There's history in books. There are activities that we will never know about if we are not reading books.
Right.
So it's very important for us to give our young child or young children, especially female or girl child, to know that there is a gift in book.
Thank you. With that, now you mentioned the journey, right? I would have all of us, speak through our journeys, our different journeys that have brought us to our now.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's hear from V Kandi as well, in relation to the One Book, One Child campaign, championing it, in Zimbabwe, and then by extension, bringing it to Ghana as well.
Okay, so the mighty book, has propelled many women into professional and personal success through learning, through education. It's just showing how important it is. It has emancipated and turned around the lives of people who have been disadvantaged. So when I hear, an initiative that also pushes to ensure that the girl child is emancipated and is empowered, it excites me as well, because back home I also have an organization that I'm running. It's called Hey Sis,
Okay.
where I push for self-awareness, self-actualization, financial literacy to just empower the girl child. So when Margaret told me about the One Child, One Book initiative, I was really excited and had to jump on board because for me, empowerment is a huge thing so that, people are not selling themselves short because of the situation that they find themselves in, especially the girl child. So this is really important, and I'm excited to be a part of it and to push it here in Ghana and back home, and also to amplify these voices on the continent.
Now we are definitely excited about the journeys that have brought you to your now, the journeys that you set on, maybe by your own grit or by the push of other individuals, around you. But Margaret, your journey, from however you started, from when you were young till now, share that with us, because being the front liner, you're still young. Yeah, I mean, you're still young, but you're doing amazing. You see, that's the thing. Still young, but doing so well, in your chosen field. So let's get into that from as far back as you can remember.
Okay, so far the journey hasn't been easy. It's been seriously rough. Yes, I remember one time that we started as doing summits and workshop in universities and high schools. So I remember one time that we had to do a summit in a high school. No, it's a tertiary institution. And we actually didn't have much money, but we had to make the summits. We had to let it put through. And after everything was done, we had a lot of things that we needed to pack, and we didn't have a car to pack. So the team had to carry most of the things, and we have to walk along the way. Yes, the journey hasn't been seriously easy, but it's the passion and the zeal for it. There's been a consistency in terms of, I am passionate about this. This is something that I really want to do. Someone once asked me, what do you get in this? Why are you doing this? Why are you stressing yourself? But there is some kind of excitement and joy and a belief when I see the end of a summit. Whenever we finish a workshop or a summit, there is a joy that comes within me, and I can explain it. So I don't know what is driving me, but this is a course that we want to push, and we are not done yet. We're just starting, and we are hoping to push it to the apex of it all. But what is beautiful about this year's celebration in our journey is that Miss V actually is not even a nominee. Most people will feel like, okay, everybody that is here is a nominee, that's why they're here. But this should tell you that we're hoping that in the next coming years, we'll have a lot of people actually trooping to be part of the summit, the award, even if they are not nominees. The whole motive is to create a platform of network and a pool of great women coming together and championing a cause. Many people say women can't work together, women are their own enemies. And this notion, yes, it's about time that it changed, because this should show you that women are actually willing to pull off to come and support one goal.
All right, thank you, Margaret. Now, for those who are just joining us on Plus 89.9 FM or 3 Music TV, we have Ladies in Media. So, to my far left, we have Anita Pendo, who is a Rwandan media personality. We have Zawadi, a South African musician. To my far right, we have V Kandi, who is a Zimbabwean media personality. And then we have Victory Wilson as well, who is a Nigerian media personality. Now, briefly, for the sake of time, I know that the journey, has been long. It's been, you've come from far. Literally come from far, right? Exactly.
From far.
Yes, and survived a lot, on the journey. But just for the sake of time, let's just nip, the journey, but also, put out significant parts, of the journey where there were turning points. Anita, yes, go.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Okay. You guys have like 5 days here. It's a long story, but let me start. It was in 2006 when I started as a salesperson. We were just carrying the cartons of brew bands, selling door to door. So, and when we were doing that, we had a music track, and the guy said, but this lady can talk. And that's when he said, you can be an MC, you can host this and run the show. Now I did that. For the first time, they're like, you're shouting, lady, please. And I went home crying and saying, I'm a failure. But in the morning, I was like, okay, you can do this. You can do this. And the next day, I did better. I did well. And they were like, yes, now you're good. So that's how I started as an MC. So in 2007, but from 2006 to 2007, they gave me like I got some gigs, different gigs. So in 2007, I went on the radio. It was Radio Flash by then. And I went to see my friend. He was called Tino by then. And it was like, hi, how are you? When we were talking, the manager looked at me and he said, that lady can be a good presenter.
Okay.
And that's how they said, come on board. We want you to be our presenter. So that's how I joined media till now. And in 2012, there was a Kenyan female DJ. She came and on our radio. By then I was working with Radio Contact, and she was like, "You don't have a female DJ in this country." I was like, "Yes." She was like, that's so like annoying. I was like, okay, now I have to do this. I went in Kenya for training.
Okay.
For 2 months. And then I came back as a female DJ, as a first female DJ in Rwanda.
Oh,
and
nice.
Yes.
Amazing,
yeah. And then in 2014, I joined this, the big national, it's called Rwanda Broadcasting Agency, RBA. They hired me, so I came as a radio presenter. But when they were like following me, they said, you can do a TV show. So I did. They told me to go and sit and think of a content. So I did a musical show. I did the content of a musical show. And now like it's the #1 musical TV show.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
So
whoop, whoop,
that's
whoop.
my journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is Anita Pendo's journey. Let's hear from Zawadi. The journey to becoming the musician she is today.
Thank you. I think for me, I've always been a person for music. I've always been a person for notes, a woman of tune. From the young age, from primary, I remember from primary singing choral music. While I'm singing choral music, I was also the part of the cultural music. I've never been a person who was singing one genre and also singing in one language, because at school we used to sing, choral you can sing in different languages, in Afrikaans, South African languages, Afrikaans, Sesotho, Sixhosa, and Sizulu, and so on and so on. And then after post metric, then I went to work at the restaurant. When you are when you have grown and you're like, I need to make some money. I'm also the firstborn at home, so I have to look after my siblings, my mom. So I go and work. But I remember in that restaurant, I was the worst. I was the worst employee, because I always sing. I will always sing whenever. And it's the chicken restaurant. So when and I'm a cashier, whenever I'm asking for next person, I'm like, next. What do you want? Quarter chicken, chops in a roll. What else? Lemon, mild or hot? I was like, there was always something in my mind. There was always like instruments playing in my mind. At that time, I was not a traditional music singer. At that time, I was inspired by Western music, which is the Beyonce, the Jennifer Hudson. I remember most of the times when it's quiet, I'm like, I'm giving myself. Yes. And then my body and soul, I'm giving it
You
all.
don't sound like her.
Yeah.
And then after that, I in 2016, then I joined African Heritage Ensemble Group, which is mostly about African music, traditional music, amahubo, dating back from ancient times, songs of wars, songs for the community. You know, it's a deep traditional history music. I joined that. I was very inspired. I was very empowered about learning history, about South African history, African history at large, and then I started to like traditional music, and that's when I started to love indigenous instruments. I'm playing not only umakweyana, I can also play a handpan, I can also play a penny whistle. I collect indigenous instruments across Africa. I wish to visit all African countries to collect those old instruments, you know, those that they are not used or popular anymore. So I like to collect that. Even here in Ghana, I was asking a few people.
I was going to say dondo, but dondo is a drum and it's still being used. So
Yeah, no, it's
if you're looking for the indigenous ones, maybe we have to dig deeper.
Please do,
Yeah.
because that's why I'm here as well. I was like, I'm going to Ghana, yes, because of the One Book, One Child campaign, but also to learn more about Ghana. I want history of Ghana. I want indigenous instruments history of Ghana, because that's what I do back at home, and it will be lovely for me to bring back something from Ghanaians, right?
Sure.
So yes,
Margaret,
and then,
over to you.
yes, and then after I have African Heritage Ensemble, then I went to Cape Arts Center, which is a community arts center where I'm currently working as a music facilitator there. So I teach music. I think this has helped me to be the kind of an artist that I am, singing different languages. I was telling V Candy right now in the morning that I can sing Shona, I can sing Douala, I can sing Malian language, I can sing Indian music. It's the I think it's the way I grew up, because I was singing different languages and music from church, you know, from school, you know, from traditional. So when I saw Candy that she's from Zimbabwe, I told her that I like Shona and I like Oliver Mtukudzi. So I used to sing back at home, the Neria, wo, Uzawara Moyoga Neria, Mwari anyway. But also I can go to India and
What of Nigerian?
You know, it's all coming. It's all coming. And now that I've met you, you're gonna teach me the Nigerian
I would love
language
to.
and make me do a music
You
or
know.
write a song about Nigeria. I would
Yes
love
to
to
that.
do that, right?
Beautiful
Yes to
voice.
that. It's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Victory?
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It-
definitely. It should happen.
Yes,
It
it's
should
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I can also sing in French. Yeah, demi amore beni me fia.
Wow.
Yeah, ne, ne, la, la, bi, di, la. Too
Wow.
much, you know.
Wow.
And also in India, in Indian music, it's Hindu or it's Tamil. There's a song I used to sing with Kirill and Govinda when we're singing Lega Jagale Kepiri Hasira.
You do have a really
Wow.
so well, right? You sing so well.
That is my journey,
Zawadi.
and the journey is continuing.
It's continuing, definitely. Let's hear from Victory as well.
Oh, me?
Victory is
Wow.
going to help Zawadi.
Wow, no, you don't have
Victory is going to help Zawadi write a Nigerian song. But
Please.
yeah,
you know
I
we
mean,
have
let's-
3 different languages,
Yes.
major languages. So
Yes.
you just tell me the one you want.
I
Because
will.
this voice of yours has to sing Nigerian.
I will do.
You have a
It
beautiful
must.
voice.
Thank
It must.
you.
Victory,
Thank you,
just in summarizing your journey, take
Oh,
us through.
summarize, okay.
Yeah.
Like she asked, you have 5 days. But let me try summarizing. Just go quickly. I would say media found me. Yeah, it's hosting events was something I love to do while when I was younger, you know, but for fun. But I finished school and then it was what God had placed me to do. Auditioned for Silverbird. Silverbird Television is one of the top television stations in Nigeria.
Right.
The first actually in Nigeria, and it was a big deal. And I auditioned, got the job, and started with a Vox Pop show where Vox Pops now, you're going on the road asking people, what do you think about this? What's your idea? But I was doing it in a different way, and that's what made me stand out. So the Vox Pop show that was supposed to be a filler became a major show. Became a major show on Silverbird Television, and got me awards that I wasn't even expecting. Then from there, I went into host my own shows, events, and then I started hosting events professionally. Something I was doing for fun, now I could do it professionally. And now I am one of the most sought after MC. In fact, I was even finalizing a gig in the morning. So that's how booked and busy I am, to the glory of God. And hosting on television and radio as well. I'm trying to summarize. It's not easy to summarize because a lot has happened. I'm just trying to wrap up because I'm looking at your face and you're like, okay, next. Let me try to summarize.
I'm not going to deny that. Take our time.
And in summary, this girl that media found won a national award as a TV presenter of the year just last year.
Wow.
So something I wasn't expecting. So in essence, I put in the work, and with God, I am here, and I know that the best is yet to come.
Yes. Okay.
Talking about putting in the work, I can bet V Kandi has also put in the work over the years. So V, let us hear how your journey has been.
How many days do we have?
I'm telling you, I think my own is the shortest. I need to say more.
Maybe we could have, if we wanted to, we could have maybe a cumulative 15 days so that everybody could share their
because
stories.
summarizing is not easy.
So the vision has really tarried for me, but then what has driven me has been the passion, where you're really just driven and passionate about this thing. So growing up, I wanted to be an optician or a surgeon. It sounded cool. I didn't have a name for this job that I'm doing, which is being a media personality, but then I would then mimic, media personalities, news readers, talk show host, and just be talking to myself. So for a long time, I would listen to radio presenters and be like, I can do this, but then I didn't know how, where to go, who to see. So at church, there was a presenter who was part of, the big presenters in Zimbabwe, and I would go and ask him, like, how can I audition? So, and also like where I stay, there was another presenter, and I would go and ask him, like, how can I audition? And they never really gave me real answers. So I never then got the chance to audition the time that I wanted to audition, only until one of my friends from high school, she then got a job at our national broadcaster, and I went there to the national broadcaster to sell perfumes. I was selling perfumes, waiting for my A-level results. And I was there, I then was, just asking, how can I audition? Not asking her, but then they were actually looking for new presenters. She was doing continuity. And they wanted to get rid of that crop and find new people. So then the audition was actually tomorrow. So I had to come back and audition. And I got, my first stunt on TV, which was 1 minute, doing continuity.
Okay.
And from then on, I wanted to audition for radio because I've been passionate about radio. And then managed to audition for radio. And, the journey has been quite long and fulfilling. It will pay off at the end. So in summary, that has been the journey. And I'm an award-winning personality. And I'm an events host. I travel around the world to host events. And we're here today in Ghana.
Yeah, we like it. We like it, definitely. Now, I know that we've spoken about, the journey. We've spoken about, all of the serious stuff. But also what I would like to know is how we unwind, after your long day. What is that, thing you do to just let loose and say, okay, let me just have my me time. Let me just have some fun at home or outdoors. Who should I start with? Let me start with Zawadi.
Yes. That's a right choice. Why me? Yeah. For me, it's easy. When you're a musical person, it's always music. I always say you will never have depression with music because all music is always around you. I listen to every genre all the time. I put my headphones on. I play music loud because it excites me. Music brings peace to my heart in any genre. As long as it's nice music, good music for my ears, then I love music. So every time, every day, every year, every time, I listen to music.
24/7.
24/7 listen to music. Then, but a little bit of dance. you know, when I'm alone. And you know what? The TikTok thing does these things to us, right?
Yeah.
You go on TikTok and you're looking at people dancing, and then you go try it. And we also, in my country, we also like umaskandi a lot. So we dance, you know, the traditional thing. And then you do those things. So in my own time, we're trying to unwinding. That's what I do.
That's what you do. How about you, Anita?
In my own time, I go to church.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a church person, and I also love to watch movies. Netflix is my bear. And I also, but apart from that, while I go to a club to play, I enjoy. I work while having fun.
Yes.
So
Work and happiness, that's what they call it.
yeah. So that's it.
That's it for you.
Yes.
All right, B Kandi.
Oh, so for me, I have a son, so I love to spend time with him. We do movies, we do hang out, and sometimes I also do solo dates, so I'm big on that. I take myself out to a restaurant, I'm comfortable with that. And so that's how I unwind. And in terms of really unplugging, worship music, and I also shut myself in my room to pray, to reconnect. So
Right.
that really helps me to be re-energized as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Victory, how about you?
Oh yeah, work is fun for me, so I have fun while on the job. But when I am not working, the little time that I have, I always make sure I sleep. Because, see, she asked me, did I sleep well last night? I was working, so I make sure that I sleep, because most times I have just like 2 hours sleep
Oh,
in a
it's
day,
very
right?
important.
So I make sure that I sleep, and then I intentionally take out time to play. I love to play, so I might just say, today I'm not doing anything, put my phone on airplane mode and go to a play center and play. Luckily, I have friends, yes.
That's
so
amazing.
play virtual games, or you go to, you know, we have the longest canopy walk in Africa, in Nigeria.
You do?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So we'll just go to LCC and just walk on the canopy, you know, take in fresh air, and then play. Go for games, trampolines, so that it keeps you alive. Because everything serious is not so good.
It's not too good. Definitely, I agree with that. Playing is important.
It's important.
Really
And
important.
as women, we need to play.
Well, Margaret, like I said earlier, you've aligned the stars, right?
Yes.
The awards is happening tomorrow. Is it? So please, for ticketing purposes, for those who will want to be present, the venue, time, all of that, and then we wrap.
Okay, so if you want to be part of the celebration, we would want a lot of people to try and participate, to come and support these women who have worked over the years, and we are trying to celebrate them. So it's just annually, and you get to spend time with these wonderful women and celebrate with them. So you can make reservation. You can call us on our numbers, that is 0240180891, and also visit our website, www.ladiesandmedia.org, to also make reservations as well. And also, I want to say a big thank you to, we have great board members actually backing this organization. We have women who have actually, and men who have actually put themselves on the line for this. And they are not only in Ghana, so they are in various countries as well. So we have a board member in Nigeria, we have in Togo, we have in Zimbabwe, we have in Kenya, and we have in South Africa as well. Yes, and I also want to say a special thank you to Madam Adelaide, the CEO of HD Plus. Yes, she's also a board member. And also my team members, Kojo and the rest, you know, they've actually put in a lot of work. And also Jay Foley. Jay Foley has been an amazing supportive of the organization and everything that we do. So we've actually come far by all these people backing us and supporting the goal. So I want to treat everybody to come and support us at Wesley Towers tomorrow, 5 p.m. Red carpet start.
You've come far, but I will say go further. And to all of you ladies as well, thank you for honoring her invitation and for coming in her words without convincing. All right.
You like that part?
Yes, yes. Because it's magical, you know.
It's
that
easy.
you don't have
It
to-
was easy
yeah.
for her because I think she had done a background check on what we actually do. Right?
Yes.
Everything we said,
It's in sync.
It's in sync with what she's doing. So it's not. She doesn't even need to talk so much.
I agree. Definitely agree. Well, this has been Culture Daily. It is Good Friday, so do I say Happy Easter or Happy Easter in advance? You know, it's a long weekend. Monday is a holiday as well. So you go out there while you're having fun. Just make sure to stay safe as well. It's been a good conversation with some ladies in media across Africa. Okay, so to my extreme left, I had Anita Pendo, who is a Rwandan media personality and a DJ. She does a lot of other things as well. And then we had Zawadi, who is a South African musician. Also V Kandi, who is a Zimbabwean media personality, and Victory Wilson, who is a Nigerian media personality as well. All brought together by the thoughtfulness or the ideation of Margaret Baden, Ladies in Media founder. Again, thank you, ladies. All the best tomorrow. Safe journey when you do decide to fly out of our beloved Ghana. And we always have our doors open and our arms open for you whenever you want to come back. My name is Lenny Lomote. Today is the day that when I say international TV and radio presenter living in Ghana at the moment, it's also makes sense. It also
Can I
makes
teach
sense.
you one word?
Okay,
In our
do.
language,
Okay.
in Rwanda, say
Okay.
Urakoze.
What does
Thank
that
you.
mean?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rakoze.
Rakoze. So
Rakoze.
today I've learned Rakoze. I've learned Omakoyana. Okay, so what will be that Nigerian word you want to teach me?
That's 3. Hausa Nagode.
Nagode, thank you.
Yoruba Eshe.
Eshe.
Igbo Imela.
Okay.
So do Imela Nagode Eshe.
Imela Nagode Eshe.
We'll adopt you.
Yay. How about you, Vika?
To say hello, to say bye.
Bye.
Okay. Tozo Nana.
Tozo Nana, bro. Tozo Nana.
In Rwanda, they say Tuzabu Nana. Like,
Oh, really?
Similar, right? That's why they say that we come from the same ancestry.
Honestly.
But yes, guys, Tozo Nana.
Tozo Nana.